Want to improve your skills? Learn from these attacks. What's shaking, guys? It's Feldy bringing you another Clash of Clans video, and today we are getting into the best and worst attacks in our main clan just for you, and we're gonna go ahead and do all of the worst attacks first, right? Let's go ahead and get this one out of the way with. This is a horrible attack on my base, and the only reason why I say that is it's a Town Hall 12 attacking a Town Hall 11. They should easily be able to 3-star this. Instead, they did not. Look at this crazy layout. I have literally on this this war, this base only got 3-starred from Town Hall 12s or 13s. Literally no Town Hall 11 3-starred it, and some Town Hall 12s could not 3-star it just like this. So here you go, a blimp that gets locked on and can't attack because you cannot have balloons in a blimp for Town Hall 11. That Town Hall is not weaponized, so it does no good. He has to freeze that Clan Castle Baby Drag, and then all the rest is history. It's just too spread out. Everything is basically quadrilaterally placed, so you have all the even distribution within the base, and he can't get it. So I love this base layout. I know that a lot of people on Reddit trashed it. I just think it's really funny. I think it's really funny that people on Reddit think that in theory it looks like a horrendous base, but it actually withstood quite the test this war. So screw you, Reddit. All right, there is that one. All right, we've got day 2, another bad attack. This time it's actually going to be one of our guys, Brette. Unfortunately, I do have to show sometimes bad attacks from our guys, but the Town Hall is sitting on the outside or closer to it, and we should have really been able to at least get 2 stars on this one, but we did not. So that is one reason why I say it's a bad attack. It's not a bad attack per se in terms of I guess in theory it should have worked a lot better, but having the direction that he came in and then having all those balloons cluster up with not throwing your rage down right there, that should have been a key component, and instead he ends up only getting the 1-star. Really nice percentage, but you need to go after that Town Hall when you can, and then you can kind of come in and destroy the rest of the base. I could have seen even coming in from either side. That way you hit the Eagle and then the Town Hall. But on this one, just a really, really tough time. Your Bat Wave will not work with 3 bat spells, just to let you know. Especially when you have a Wizard Tower right there and you did not take it out, and then you have the Inferno Town Hall sitting right there as well. I mean, it could, like, look at the remaining structures that are standing. That's so tough. All right, we've got day 3, and I've got my base that has only been 3-starred once. And it will actually be the very last video that I show you guys, so take note of this. Let's go ahead and watch this replay of Mojo trying to take out my base here. Now, he has the right theory, because the only way you can 3-star this base that I have seen is coming in either from the left or the right side. But he comes in and he thinks that he's going to do really, really well. But then the Clan Castle troops kind of take over and they start going crazy, and he can't get to that core like he wanted to. He gets blown down to the bottom of the base, and the Giga Inferno definitely takes out the rest of his troops. The Clan Castle troops are still standing. Look at that, basically fully healed Baby Drag that was going to town. That Witch still was going to town after the Queen and the E-Drags. E-Drags can't get there, the Queen can't get there. All of that is just too much. Alright, we've got Devil, and he is getting smashed by Bone, but it's a failed attack, so you know that it can't be all that smashing. So here we go. He's got his little warden walk that he's going to try to do. Queen walk on the opposite side. The queen starts getting nailed. He throws no healers down until halfway through, which was, I don't know, kind of a dumb idea. I think he was hoping that that queen would still attack that cannon. Instead, she's getting bombarded by lots of damage, and the healers barely keep her alive until she can use her ability. That wall wrecker comes in. We've got all sorts of Clang Castle troops. And there we go, a nice freeze right there, and then the bowlers come in, take out the eagle. It seems like it's going to be a 3-star, but then you're dealing with the majority of the core, and guess what? That majority of the core gets absolutely annihilated here with that Giga Tesla, and no bones. Look at that. That was just an absolutely beautifully epic defense by Real. Definitely had the right theory for coming in and attacking, but what you probably needed to do was come in dual, like that V shape from maybe 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock instead of coming in directly from 3 o'clock, because at that point you're clustered right in the center where all that damage can hit you. So nice little failed attack for us on that one. Alright, we got another failed attack. 0 stars against Papa here. Papa, he is just such a legend in our clan. He has been through thick and thin, and he is just bona fide badass. So here you go. His base, bona fide badass, sticking up to that legend that he is. This guy brings in, guess what? E-Drag Balloon, baby. And here we go. It is a 0 star, and it's going to happen pretty quick here because everything's going to die momentarily right after that Grand Warden aura wears off. He has a whole bunch of E-Drags going down. I'm sure he's thinking, oh, this is easy. I've got a whole bunch of E-Drags right here. Well, guess what? That splash damage from that Wizard Tower is going to take out those balloons. The other E-Drags come in, get distracted by all the skeletons. They don't attack the ground, which is very crazy to think about. The Eagle strikes those guys. They are still getting bombarded. The Inferno Town Hall takes out the rest. Look at that. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. The skeletons literally distracted those E-Drags so bad that they couldn't even attack the town hall. When there was like 6 of them there, they had so many skeletons to deal with. That was absolutely amazing. I love it, love it, love it. Failed attack. All right, and the last failed attack for this season is number 14 Avenger going up against me. It is a Town Hall 11 against a Town Hall 11. Like I said, haven't changed his base. And this guy absolutely sucks with his E-Drag attack. Brings in a couple balloons. Doesn't really do much there. Tries to get all of his dragons in here. Thinks that he's going to get to the core. And sure enough, everything is so spread out that those E-Drags just keep pathing around the base. People think that this base sucks, but I'm telling you, man, it is a definite base that gives you a lot of great options because everything paths around and then ends up dying because the way that everything is laid out and paths in. So you have these little tiny islands, they get cracked open, they have a unit in them, and then your heroes just keep going around. They cannot get to that core. I'm telling you, this base is amazing for Town Hall 11. Alright, let's get into the best attacks, and there's only a few because this war we had a really brutal time, and actually nobody really ended up 3-starring a Town Hall 13 except my base. I got 3-starred. So I will bring you that at the very end here. Let's go ahead and get into this. Real Devil ends up 3-starring a Town Hall 13. How this was not on the epic attack video, most heroic, I do not know. Yes, I understand that it is a lower leveled Town Hall 13. It's one of those probably feeder base for the guy, but when you get an attack and you can actually 3-star, it's definitely well worth rushing up to, right? So Rio comes in, he's got his king, he draws out all those clan castle troops, and then he's got his queen walk going on, he's got that E-drag down at the bottom, taking out a whole bunch of that stuff down there. Let's hope that he can get one last little hit off. Here comes his queen, he throws down the poison just in the nick of time. Well remembered Real from the last time, not throwing your poison down. And then he brings in that wall wrecker. He's going to go straight after that eagle. He's going to smash that eagle. Oh boy, the tornado trap caught that, but have no fear, you know the outcome. It's a 3-star. So all of that core damage he gets going on, uses that warden ability right within there, right at that perfect timing. He's got that ice golem and I think a P.E.K.K.A in there to go ahead and knock out that town hall. Perfect. That ice golem goes down. Yep, the P.E.K.K.A comes out. He starts doing work around the core on that scatter shot, which was really critical to get down. He ends up going over to the royal champion, tries to get a smack on her. Meanwhile, the Yetis are doing damage against that royal champion. She goes down. Yetis keep circling around the base. He has the healers yet, and his ice golem, a wizard, a goblin, and a couple archers left, trying to do some cleanup around the outside. I wonder where that ice golem is going to go down. He's got his bat wave coming in right now. A beautiful freeze. I don't know if he's got enough. Oh boy, he barely gets that freeze off just in the nick of time. That was the last splash damage building to actually not be distracted. He has that distraction ice golem for that wizard tower. The Expo is taking down those bats one by one, super crazy fast, but there's still so much left in that base. Those bats are going to just clean the base up. Look at that beautiful attack by Real Devil. I gotta hand it to Real Devil. He was one of our MVPs for super attacks. He definitely puts so much thought into his attacks. Mad kudos to Real Devil on that. Great 3-star there. All right, we've got the last couple days we didn't have really good attacks and we ended up losing, and I wanted to bring you guys 2 really good attacks against my mom and dad respectively. We're gonna go ahead and start off with my mom's base here, and this guy brings in a Yeti Smash essentially with some bowlers and is just gonna absolutely clean up. So let's go ahead and watch this beauty of a 3-star against a fairly maxed out Town Hall 13. My mom and dad have been trying to really go to town here and bust everything up. He uses 8 earthquakes in his army comp, just layers those Yetis in, layers the bowlers right behind him. This seems to be a really popular strategy right now. A lot of Yetis with a couple bowlers right behind them. I've seen a whole bunch of ice golems and then bowlers right behind them. I've seen P.E.K.K.As and then bowlers behind the P.E.K.K.As. So really it's just a matter of having tanks up front and then coming in, having a completely clear path where you don't have to worry about a single wall, essentially because your royal champion and your queen are going to shoot over the walls. Your Yeti Mites can also jump over the walls, so lots of options right there. So definitely a beautiful attack. I didn't think that this was going to be a 3-star when I watched it live. I thought maybe a 2-star with time run out, but he does end up 3-starring it all. I'm just going to speed it up because you know it's a 3-star. This guy, CE Jerry from 420, definitely had a beautiful style attack. Has definitely practiced this quite a good bit. Even though the queen went down, he still just has too many troops coming after the single cannon and the mortar left over. So really nicely done. Now let's get right into the very next attack, which is actually on my dad's base, and it is against his mirror action, and again a very similar style attack. He's going to open up the wall, make sure that nothing is not shootable, right? Like his Royal Champion will take out probably this area over here with his queen. He's going to throw down some E-Drags. I don't know why he uses E-Drags when he could have just used Baby Drags to cut, because those buildings weren't really all that well together. But I guess he knew what he was doing because he 3-starred it. A couple Super Giants. Couple bowlers right behind those Super Giants, and those Super Giants go to town and they are just going to absolutely obliterate. It's kind of cool seeing Super Troops 3-star a base in Town Hall 13 in Clan War League, especially a base like this that actually has a really good percentage of not being 3-starred. So yeah, just a little bizarro for me, but you can see some of the walls are a little underwhelming. We've got some level 1s and then some mixed bags over there, but for the most part, they're trying to get their bases stacked up really well here. Otherwise, this was a really beautiful attack. Again, just you couldn't ask for anything more when you're going in and trying to 3-star a base. You've got these Super Giants that are just kind of going crazy. They're going to go after defenses first. You got all your different units. You got just a very low health queen over here that gets even less health dealt to her. Had those skeletons even gone 1 second over to her, she would have died. It probably would not have been a 3-star. I don't know, maybe it would have been, because so many of these units were just so powerful and tanky. I would say maybe spread that base out just a little bit. Try to get those units to have to walk around and not have all that time. All right, we are going to get into the very last attack for the day. It is the 3-star against me, and here we go. This is how you 3-star this base. I'm not going to have any commentary over this. I just want you guys to watch and look at the thing of beauty that it is. Okay, I can't help it. I have to have some commentary, right? That was so awkward. Okay, so E-Drag goes down. Queen Walk is happening. I thought it was going to be like a moment of silence, but then it was just like way too awkward for me. So Queen comes in. She literally, I don't know how she escapes so well, but this is the only way I have ever seen this base 3-starred, is doing a Queen charge from the left or the right and then coming at it from that top side. So Queen comes in. All those Clan Castle troops got dealt with right away from the E-Drags and everybody else. Drags come out. Drags are definitely super powerful, like I said. I actually think Drags could be more powerful than E-Drags, but the E-Drags did the trick on this base, and here you go. So E-Drag can definitely 3-star this base, but it was all about the heroes and the bat wave coming in at the last moment here. No more splash damage, minus that scatter shot that took out half of those bats. Holy cow, luckily he got his freeze down just in the nick of time. Those last little bats going crazy over there. Scattershot is about to get one last freeze, I would assume. No, the bats go down in a hurry. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. He was saving that freeze for that queen. I'm surprised the double cannon didn't take the queen out, but the queen has enough healing power on her. She's taken out those little skeletons that were attacking her so that she can just go walk around the rest of the space. And you guys know it. It is a magical 3-star against who else? Myself. So this was quite the awful war for me, but I hope you guys at least enjoyed some of these best and worst of attacks, learn something new, and take this for what it's worth, but enjoy everything that you can. Learn from every moment, right? That's what it's all about. Till next time, guys, Feldy. Peace.